Ah, fuck, I fucked up there. Now, two of my favorite sports are baseball and basketball, so I'm gonna throw kind of a few things in there for players that I like. Now, when it comes to baseball, my favorite team is the Cubs, and yes, a lot of people brag on me for that because I've only won 3 World Series rings in over 100 years. But still, it doesn't bother me. But the one thing I do like is that the Cubs are the only team in baseball that basically the fans remain loyal to. Now, my favorite players on the Cubs right now are Chris Bryant, who plays third, Rizzo, who plays first, and Schwarber, who plays left. Now, even though Rizzo is the current first baseman for the Cubs, there are a lot of other players that have played on the Cubs other than for first baseman that I liked. And of course, I'm going to throw some of them out there. Derek Lee is one of them. And then you had Matt Stairs, who would occasionally fill in, Carlos Pena, who would occasionally play there, and other players like Fred McGriff, Derek Lee, and Mark Grace were a few of those guys I liked. Ron Santo was a player before my time, but he was considered to be really great. Matt Stairs would also fill in at first, but I think and Ryan Sandberg too was there. Now my favorite pitchers were Kerry Wood, and who knows, like I said, what his career could have been like if he wasn't injured. But I do like Arrieta, and I do like and I wish the Cubs would have kept him, but Travis Wood was one of them. Now, on the other hand, like now I don't know whatever happened to him now. I know he's retired, but I'm not sure what he's doing now with his life or not. But Billy Williams was also a really good player for the Cubs, and now Ernie Banks was also pretty good though too as a first baseman for them. But but it kind of sucks that he played 19 years with the Cubs and never got the chance to win a World Series. But he had one of the best careers playing for the Cubs. Now I'm not sure whatever happened to him, but Ryan Howard was a really good hitter for the Phillies, and he didn't play last year, so I'm not sure whatever happened to him. Now, even though I will admit that Pujols has got talent, but I don't like him and I never cared for him. Now, two other players I will admit that have home run power is Mike Trout for the Phillies. Not Phillies, but Mike Trout for the Angels, and 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 Bryce Harper for the Nationals. Now they're both good hitters and they're excellent. Now now even though I'm not much of an American League fan, and he played for Toronto last year. I don't know if he's still with them or not. But Jose Bautista started getting better. The term basically states is that he got better with age because he didn't start showing power until he was 30 years old. And he's one of only a few players to do this. But once he hit the age of 30, he started hitting 50 home runs, like anywhere between 20 to 30 home runs since and he's got the most home runs within the last 8 years combined, going from 2010 to 2017. He's the one player that has the most home runs combined since, and he's hit going from 2010 to 2017, he's hit about 260 something home runs since then, and so he's the only player to do that since. And if you actually base it off of how basically in the first 6 years of his career, he only had 59 homers, going from 2004 to 2009. So it wasn't until 2010 that he started showing and displaying power. He went from hitting 16 home runs in 1 year to hitting 54 the next. So it's kind of a shock to a lot of people that he would show that type of power when he never showed it in the first 6 years. And people started wondering, was he on steroids? Was he doing drugs? Was he doing this? Was he doing that? Sometimes all it takes is a player to basically get more playing time to show what he can do, and that's what happened with Batista. He started playing every day and started showing that he could play better.